Hi friends, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. Timer going here. All right, so shop update. Working on Advents, quite a bit actually. Working on that quite a bit. I took a little bit of a veer from that just the past couple days because I needed to do very exciting some photo prep and like examples of my booth and everything, and with the hopes of hopefully being able to participate in Michigan Fiber Festival next year. That's the goal, and I'm really excited about it. I hope. So that was a lot of work, as you can imagine. So the good news is you can't see my whole room because it is a mess and a half. It is a disaster right now, but you can see that maybe the yarn behind me looks a little different than it did before, and it's because I kind of moved them as I put them back. So that was kind of fun. Just move around the colors a little bit and have something different. I'm wearing my Freyr sweater by Inga of Knitting Traditions, and it is in my cranberry colorway. This is on my 6-ply merino base as well. How are you? How are you doing? Hopefully I don't get blasted. I know the lighting's a little wonky. I noticed in the last video it ended up being really bright for some bizarre reason. It's like it's either too bright or it gets weird and dark, and I don't know. Hopefully you guys are okay with it. We'll get into, and like I said, shop update and of things. Make sure that you're subscribed to the newsletter, and that way you'll know when that Advent comes out. My goal still is the beginning of October. They're just disclaimer, one of the fleeces that I want to hand prepare and I wanted to put in the Advent. Unfortunately, I will not be able to. And it's okay, I'll still talk about it because I think it's a really unique fleece. Unfortunately, and I totally understand the wonderful farmer who is allowing me to use this beautiful wool, doesn't want me to really promote her flock, which I can understand if you don't. Your goal is not to try to sell wool, which is a bummer because it is a rather unique, very, very unique wool to the United States, which is a bummer. But I will talk about the wool. That being said, I will not talk about the farmer, where I got it from, because she doesn't want anybody to come and buy it from her, and it's a bummer, but that's not her goal, and I totally understand because trying to grow wool to hand process for people to spin does take a different level of care to the wool, where you don't have to do that otherwise. You really just want to take care of the animal only, primarily, and only. So hope you have something refreshing or warm to sip on. I have an iced coffee, decaf. I'm not going to make that mistake again. So working on that to keep me going here. It's more of just a comfort because it's nice and warm today. We are 85 degrees Fahrenheit, still like in the thick of summer, it feels like, but the color is very fall outside. It's like we have some beautiful colors right now in our trees. It's quite lovely. So I'm excited to start maybe getting some photos of that so I can share that with you guys. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. It's been a very long week. I pretty much spent my days being at work, coming home, and being at work, constant, and then we're trying to make dinner while we're working, and then I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, like, I'm exhausted, so I apologize if I keep yawning. It has just been a very long week and exciting week because we have a wedding we're going to this week for our family. So when you guys see this, we would have already gone, but we're very, very excited to go. And we're going to get into the works in progress. So first one is my Stoker shawl, which I made a mistake on, and then I went to fix the mistake, and then I think I made the mistake again, but in a different way. So bizarre. What I mean by that is my count is off. I've heard another maker say this before, and I have to say it's so true, is that when you start knitting or crocheting and just, making in general, you will think you can count, but you will learn you can't. So apparently I can't count. And like I thought I knew what I was doing, and the numbers are off. So either the pattern is off or the numbers are off. I have no idea. So I'm going to look at the website on Ravelry and see if there's any notes saying like the count's off or anything, because I've now done it twice and I'm like, how is my count still off? It's only off by 1 increase, so that's what's really weird. Anyway, rambling about that. This is my Nightshade colorway, and again, this is the Stoker cardigan. Or cardigan shawl. I love it. It's really beautiful. It is a triangular shawl. It has this like button detailing. They're little baubles that go down the spine center. And I'm getting into I will eventually get to the point where I can do the lace work. Do you remember me mentioning that I wanted to wear this for the wedding? Just because it's going to be cool in the evening, but nice and warm during the day. Unfortunately, I will not be wearing this one. I do have another little shawl that I can wear that I did not hand make. But it's a bummer because I think this would have looked really beautiful with the dress I'm going to wear. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. I'm not going to stress about it because I tried all my might to get it done, and it was just not happening. It's not happening because I made that mistake, and ripping back always takes a lot of time, and it wasn't really ripping back. I tinked back, so I did every single stitch backwards. So yes, it was time consuming, but I'm enjoying it. I'm going to possibly cheat and just do a decrease instead of tinking back again, because that is just so bizarre. But before I even do that, I am going to look at the website and just see what people say about the pattern. Because if there is some sort of little typo or number issue, I want to make sure that I'm not going crazy over this. Because, yeah, it sounds like a recipe for disaster. I learned I had an issue with the count and everything when I was doing the lace work, because the pattern did not match up at all. That was a disaster. But I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, lots of stockinette, a little bit of garter. It's very enjoyable, and the bobble is like perfect because it's right in the middle, and every couple rows you make a little bubble. And I love her method for making bobbles. It's really fun. Okay, this one, another mistake. I don't know, I'm full of mistakes this week. Actually, the mistakes were from prior, but I discovered them recently. It's always good to step away from your projects sometimes, because I honestly do not know why I did this. I didn't put a note in here or anything, because I read, so this is the Strya cardigan, by the way. I probably should say that. Strya cardigan. And, I worked on this on my trip, and I think that's where I went wrong. I think it's because we were on the road, and that's when I just wasn't paying attention. I was apparently distracted. And I started the sleeve while we were on our trip, and I was doing the decreases. I realized my decreases are being done too rapidly. Don't know what that's about. Now, I might have done that on purpose, possibly. But then again, I feel like I would not have, because my upper arms are usually on the larger side. So for me to do more rapid decreases at the top would not make sense from a pattern adjustment standpoint, especially with Andrew Mallory's patterns. Because as I mentioned, I actually stepped up the size of my needles for the sleeve, because notoriously when I knit the sleeves, I knit them a lot tighter. And yeah, I want my sleeves to be comfortable. I don't want them to be skin tight. That's not the way I like to wear my cardigans, and yeah. So safe to say, I'm probably going to try this on and see what I think, because if it's kind of bizarre, then I'll have to tank back. But if it's fine, and actually I won't even tank back, I'll rip this whole sucker back, because Yeah. I don't know. I hope it will work. The thing is, I have to make a note of the spacing because I need to replicate that on the other sleeve, of course. Now, what I might have done is done it shorter like that because the length of the sleeve, I probably won't make it as long as it calls for because the amount of decreases, I think it's like, well, I don't want to give it out away because it's a paid for pattern, but there's a decent amount of decreases. And like to the point where I'm like, this sleeve's going to be really long. I don't even think I'm at the halfway point. And this is probably just above the elbow, if not below that. I think it might be at, I mean, this is the length. Here, just to give you guys an idea. So this is a cropped. It is a cropped, like just at your bottom of your, I think it's your hip, the top of your hip. And this is where my little ribbing is here for the base. So here's your sleeve. Now, there you go. There's the sleeve. There is the base of the cardigan. So, I mean, I'm almost there. So that tells me that I've made some significant distance there. But again, it's a cardigan, so it's probably more like this. If we get our shoulder in there, right? It'll grow. It is a half fisherman's ribs stitch, which is a lot of fun, you guys. If you've never done one, do recommend it. Again, this is the Straya cardigan, and we're going to do the sleeves, and then we'll do the band that goes around the collar area and the front, the button band. I'm very excited. It's a beautiful, warm, light gray. I feel like this is going to be a really good one for wearing with anything. And this light creamy gray is really, it's just, it reads very creamy. I just think it's going to be so versatile. And this would be a great one to replace another little sweater that I wear to work with a couple of lighter dresses. This will just be a really nice alternative. I'm excited about that. Okay, so I've worked on that a bit. Primarily, I worked on my Stoker shawl because, like I said, I wanted to wear it to the wedding, even though that's not happening. Oh, that's okay. I am behind on my breed school. Well, no, I'm not. Just kidding. I said I'm behind. Well, yes, I am behind. I am behind because I am plying up my Hill Radner still. And the Whiteface Woodland is this month's breed. So I haven't done that one yet, which is pretty crazy because this month has come and this month is almost gone. I do not know what happened. Like I said, this month, I say this past week, but really honestly, it's been this whole month has just been go, go, go. We went on vacation. So I feel like it just went by really, really fast. And I love September. It's such a beautiful time of year. We celebrate our anniversary the 1st of September, kind of getting into the life update end of things. Like I mentioned, our trip was for our anniversary. And, I almost forgot to talk about another pattern that I was going to work on. And then, whoa, I am dropping stitches. Hold on a moment. Do you see the terror in my eye? That's kind of what happens usually. Drop stitches and just immediate terror. Actually, not so much. This is plutolopi. It is a unspun wool pencil roving, and it really holds its place. So it's more or less just making sure I grab the stitches and don't pull them out as I keep doing here. Oh my goodness. I dropped a stitch there. I can fix that. It's just stockinette, thank goodness. So it's nothing crazy to fix, but sorry guys. You know how it goes. You drop stitches, you have to fix it like immediately. Okay. Anyway, this is my DRK everyday. No. Yes? No. What is this sweater? I'm telling you guys things as though it's truth again. I honestly don't have it right here. Isn't that crazy? I'll tell you what. I feel very disorganized at the moment. I'm sorry. Well, I think it's the Weekender. It's the Weekender, you guys. My goodness, my memory works. I have to find where I put that pattern. Oh boy. Scary. It's probably out on the couch where I pulled this pattern, this work in progress from. So it's worked with the wrong side out because the right side is going to be your purl side. And this is that beautiful pumpkin colorway, or pumpkin looking color. I think it's called burnt orange. And like I said, it's plutolopi, so it's definitely more rustic. So it's going to be really nice to wear a short sleeve shirt under. And I don't mind plutolopi, but I do tend to like to wear either a tank top, a short sleeve shirt, something underneath it. I have a bunch of white men's short sleeve like undershirts basically, and I love to wear those under my sweaters. It just helps because sometimes I can have, especially during certain times of the month, there is just like this region gets really, I feel prickly, and it's just like randomly if I get hot, things like that. So yes, I do really enjoy this. But anyway, and Rory's like fur is all over this because she was cuddling on the couch apparently while I was at work. Little stinker. You can see the little slip stitch detail there. And I was starting to work on this, and then the unthinkable happened. Everybody just at the same time, let's go. Yeah. So if you remember, there's plutolopi, which is like pencil roving, right? And then this is light stuff here is a beautiful, it's technically considered fingering weight on the cone. I would say it's lace weight. I hold it double to get fingering. And it's tangled. It is a tangled mess right now. And what I'm going to probably have to do, I have a bunch of it, I have a cone of it, is I'm really trying to untangle this because I don't want to just rip a whole chunk of this out. That would make me very sad. It just seems so wasteful. But I also don't want to spend hours untangling something either when I have a decent amount of it. So it just adds another dimension to this colorway, and obviously that kept me from pursuing it further at the moment because I have this much time in the morning to knit, and when I encountered that knot, I was like, not going to happen. We're going to start working on the shawl. But I do really want to work on this, and now that this shawl is not going to be worn at the wedding, and I don't have a like immediate deadline to have that done, we're definitely going to start working on this because I just feel like this also reminds me of fall. I'm also going to work on my stoker because I do really like that. But yeah, I just feel like this will be a really nice one I can wear to work when it does start getting colder. Right now, definitely don't have to worry about that. But the mornings are nice and cool. I don't know about you guys, but our mornings are like 50 something degrees, 57 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like perfect sweater weather. You can wear a lightweight sweater in that and be so comfortable. So when I go let the sheepies out, I do put a little jacket on, which has been really nice. And yeah, but I'd love to hear what you guys are up to. I have a lot of spinning plans in the back of my head, but that's just kind of going to the back burner because adamant is really important to me. And so that is at the forefront of what I'm doing. So tomorrow, needless to say, I will not probably get a lot done because we have to get ready and go to the wedding. But I do have the morning, and I will be getting some more advent work done. I'm really excited, you guys. I'm so excited. It is so hard for me not to start spinning my own advent because I'm going to keep one and then I will list some for sale, of course. There will be a limited quantity, as mentioned before, and really, really excited. Definitely sign up for that newsletter because I will share the tidbits, and the listing will have like the breeds on there, you won't necessarily know what they look like. And many of these breeds, because they are more, I would say, what's the word? There's a word that is escaping me. And it's silly that it's escaping me because I have Shetlands and they fall into this category. Heritage breed. And there's Rory again. Heritage breed. So they have more of that like rustic, very primitive. That's the word I'm looking for. Primitive breed. They really are meant to, they dual coated many times, things like that. We also did not shear the sheep last weekend. That was something that we were supposed to have done. We did not do that. It was a goal, lofty goal, because as I mentioned, we needed to get photos and everything done for the show end of things. So because of that, we did not shear the sheep yet. Hopefully we'll be able to shear them this weekend. Next week it's supposed to rain all week, so I'm a little nervous about shearing them Saturday, but I hope we can because that would be really good. Anyway, yeah, it's on the list, basically. We need to get that done because I really want to do that before October hits, because once it starts getting cooler, I don't want to shock them. And I know that's something you always have to be careful of with the animals, is not have the drastic temperature change for them when they don't have a lot of wool on them. We do still shear them with the blade shears, so that does leave a decent amount of wool on them comparatively to using the electric shears. So they should be good. All right. So this episode's going to be just a touch shorter than usual. I have to like literally go get changed and then wash more fleece because as I mentioned, we are like down to the wire with getting ready for Advents, and it's a lot of work, but I'm excited. I love it. It's going to be really, really fun. And if you're into spinning, you will love this Advent. So definitely make sure you subscribe to the newsletter. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you take care and keep on making. Take care. Bye.